Hey guys, welcome to the program. So today is Tuesday. We have just sprung forward and I'm really excited about that. The other thing that typically happens when we spring forward and spring is right around the corner is we get this revived sense of wanting to lose weight and live healthy. So if that is you, my hope today is that I can answer some questions for you about how to get started right now, and I can alleviate some stress about the simplicity of really getting in a weight loss plan that will work for you once and for all. So I get a lot of questions throughout the week about strategies that are important and help me stop snacking throughout the day, Julie. What can I do there? And how can I make this plan last for me? I get a lot of those questions throughout the week. So I picked some that I get often, and I'm going to answer those in just a few minutes. But what I want to tackle first is a misconception about weight loss in general. And I think if we can answer that, and I can help you understand why looking at this journey a little bit differently is so important, we can get you on track right now to start losing weight once and for all. So one of the biggest misconceptions I believe that is out there about losing weight is that it is all about the meal plan. And that, my friend, is simply not true. So you're saying, well, if it's not about the food, then what in the world is it about? Well, the reality is it's not typically what I'm eating, it's why I'm eating. So if I can understand, step back, take one step back from that meal plan before I get going and I decide that this is how I'm going to eat, if I can understand why I'm eating in the first place, that meal plan and that food plan and that weight loss plan will fall into place a lot more naturally. I'll give you an example. If you are a stress eater, it doesn't matter what meal plan you are following, whether it's keto, paleo, all whole, whatever, low carb, low fat, all natural, clean eating, it does not matter, because when you get stressed out, you are more likely to overeat and go off your meal plan. So it's very, very important that you begin to understand why you're eating. Are you a stress eater? Do you eat when you're bored? When you're eating is another important topic to tackle before you even get into a meal plan. Are you eating late at night? Are you snacking too much in between meals? Begin to understand those things and you will more easily be able to navigate a meal plan that is right for you and lose weight more naturally. So you say, what do I do if I'm a stress eater, Julie? What do I do if I eat when I'm bored? Well, the most important thing you can do, and we'll tackle just those two things, stress eating and boredom eating. Number one, realize that eating will not and is not a cure-all for stress. It just buries it. It's like a Band-Aid. It'll bury it for a minute, but then it comes back full force, and it really needs to be addressed. And the one thing I have to tell you, I mean, this is the most natural thing. What I want to encourage you to do is just to begin to pray about that stress and ask God how He wants you to deal with the stress. Look for verses that will help you in His Word cope with stress. One of my favorite verses that I share often, especially with women and men on this journey, but sometimes I feel like some of the women I work with wear so many different hats throughout the day. And one of the very few things that they do is rest. And one of the verses in Isaiah says, "In returning and rest, you shall be saved. Quiet confidence will be your strength." In other words, ladies, gentlemen, if we are not equipping ourselves with enough rest throughout the day, it is virtually impossible for us to be the best at what we're doing day in and day out. So that's really important. And we are not trained to think that rest is a vital tool for success. We are trained to think just go, 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 go. But I will tell you this, without adequate rest, your stress will be heightened throughout the day. So it's really important, and I really want to encourage you, look for ways to deal with stress and to deal with boredom and other emotions that you are eating in a way that satisfies you long term. Boredom eating typically can be rectified through just getting up and getting yourself involved in an activity. Now's a great time for that, guys. We have sprung forward. It's a great time to get out for an evening walk after dinner, after supper, everything's cleaned up. Take a little walk around the block or around the neighborhood and just get out and get active in order to help kind of release some of those endorphins, get that body moving, and you will naturally begin to look differently at the way you're treating your body. So if you can begin just praying about why you're eating and when you're eating. The other misconception that I hear a lot is that, certain meal plans are just the only way to go. And I don't like to get into too much conversations about different meal plans. The reason being, all of these meal plans that are out there, even right now, paleo, keto, low carb, all of them are effective. They wouldn't be as popular as they are if they weren't effective and if they didn't work. Here is what I always recommend and what I always encourage my clients. My first question is, the meal plan that you choose to follow, will it sustain you for the rest of your life? In other words, can you follow this way of eating day in and day out forever? And if the answer is no, then your meal plan needs to be modified, because this is a lifelong, this is not a diet, this is not a start and stop, this is learning how to eat so that your body loses weight and then you can live healthy eating that way for the rest of your life. So that's very, very important. Understand why you're eating and ask yourself the question, can this meal plan that I'm following sustain me for the rest of my life? And I just really encourage you to seek out and seek God's help in this. He will direct you on a path. He will lead you and put you in contact with people that will help you on this journey. That is the way that He works. So number one, I want you to start with praying and asking for His wisdom on this journey. God, I need your help. I need you to intervene and help me stop being a stress eater. I need you to intervene, help me understand where my pitfalls are, and then guide me in a direction to the people or where I need to go to make this a lasting plan once and for all. I'm telling you, if you have been called on this journey, I believe if you're watching this video, God has called you on this journey, but He has also said to you, I want you to do this forever this time. So I want you to do it in a way that you can live this out. Whether you have small kids in the house or you have a husband that isn't on board, does not matter, because God can create a meal plan for you that just encourages healthy eating in general. It's not separate from the rest of the family. It's healthy eating in general. It's good for your husband. It's still good for your kids, regardless of whether or not they need to lose weight. You can lose weight, live healthier, think more clearly, have more energy, and then, and this is very important too, I always want to encourage people, so often we feel as though this journey that we're on, when other things get in the way, we feel as though we're being selfish. So we think, well, I'll just, I'm not going to worry about me right now. I need to worry about my kids, or I need to worry about my husband, or my parents are sick. So I need to just push this aside so I can focus on them. That, my friend, is another misconception. The healthier you are, the healthier the people around you will be. And this includes your husband, your children, your parents, your siblings. You are not being selfish when you decide to go on a weight loss journey. What you are doing is you are peeling back layers, and you are getting to a place where God can then use you more fully in His kingdom for your purpose that He has set aside for you. So please remember that. And what an awesome journey to go on when you do begin to realize that your healthy lifestyle has now infiltrated the lives of your loved ones. And they now want to eat a little bit healthier. Maybe not to lose weight, but because they see how happy mom is. They see that she's not agitated and irritated and angry. They see that mom has more energy. And they then want that too. It's a beautiful thing. You are not just doing this for you. You are doing this for everyone you love. But most importantly, you are doing this to better fulfill your purpose in God's kingdom. So I really want to encourage you there. So let's switch gears a little bit and let me talk to you a little bit about, or I just want to answer some questions that I often get. So during the week, people might instant message me or text me and they say, Jewel, what are your favorites? That's one question I get a ton. What do you eat on a regular basis? So if you've watched me before, you know a couple of apps I use. MyFitnessPal, my favorite journaling app, and it's wonderful for the clients that I work with because I can look right at their journal and we can share, and it's wonderful accountability. If you're not using an app for journaling and you need one, get on MyFitnessPal. Log in, get an account. It's free. You need to start journaling because accountability is key on a weight loss journey. We always talk about that. But what another app that I love, and again, if you watch me at all, then you know this, I love the Fujicate app because it grades your food. And this is important for me, not just on a weight loss journey, but from a healthy eating perspective. It's very important for me that not only am I encouraging healthy bodies in my home, but I'm not bringing in chemicals and feeding my kids chemicals that can absolutely be dangerous. So that Fujicate app, again, is a free app and it grades your food. So it grades from A all the way down to D-. It's very hard to get an A. I tell all my clients, if you get an A on the Fujicate app and that's something that you eat regularly, make sure that is a staple because that is very important. But it will also tell you why those foods aren't as healthy and the chemicals they have in them and what they could potentially do to your body, or in my case, I feel like this is more important, what they could do to my kiddos. So a couple of things that get really good grades. All of these right here get between an A and a B on the Fujicate app. They're staples in our home. We use them as snacks, we use them as meals, and we just pretty much eat these each and every week. You've probably seen them if you've watched me ever before, but one of them is lightly salted Simply Nature organic popcorn, 37 calories per cup. Now, if you are like me and you do struggle sometimes with that emotional eating or boredom eating, key with something like this is portion control. You say, well, it's only 37 calories a cup. Yeah, well, I could still sit down and eat this entire bag if I wasn't paying attention. So I definitely use portion control. This is about 2 cups, so it's about 70 calories per bag. I love snacks. If you need an idea about calories and how many calories, I love snacks that are around 100 calories. Those are my favorite. I try to keep all my snacks between 100 and 150. That's a great way just to stay on track. So we eat that a ton in our house. Everybody loves it, from my son to my husband to my girls and me. We all love it. It's from Aldi, so it's affordable, and that's real important to me. Budget-friendly foods, easy, quick foods that we can just have, grab and go on a regular basis. Love this popcorn. Something else that we use on a regular basis, Healthy Life is like our brand here. So we use Healthy Life bread all the time. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to get my kiddos to eat this bread, but this is definitely my bread and it should be yours if you're on a weight loss journey. Aunt Millie's makes this too, but this is 35 calorie bread. So I'm going to tell you about 2 things that I eat on a regular basis. These are my faves that you can incorporate on a weight loss journey and absolutely love. So one of them is an egg sandwich. Almost every day I eat an egg sandwich. I used to get these and I kind of stopped, but I found them marked down the other day, so I picked them up and I forgot how good an egg is on an English muffin toasted first thing in the morning. 170 calories. You absolutely can't beat that. It's good. It's got good protein. It's got good carbs. It really gets my day started. Under 200 calories for breakfast. That is really good. So again, things like this, they just become staples. This popcorn, it's our snack in the pantry. This bread, this is what I eat on. Another thing that I do with this on a regular basis is I will make, and here's one thing I don't want you to do. Don't get hung up on certain foods certain times of the day. Okay, 170 calories is 170 calories. So if you feel like an egg sandwich and you're at home in the middle of the day and you need something for lunch, 170 calorie egg sandwich is a great find. Or sometimes, and I do this for snacks as well as meals, is we get the thin sliced cheese from Kroger. So I'm gonna pull that out of the fridge because I forgot, because I want to show that to you. So thin sliced cheese, I love this. It is, you can't beat this. You gotta buy the thin slice, not the regular slice. Thin sliced cheese from Kroger is like 35 calories a slice. So you do the math. I got 2 slices of bread here, 70 calories, 35 calories, a brush of butter on my bread. Fix a grilled cheese sandwich. I've got a grilled cheese mid-afternoon or snack time for less than 120 calories. Cannot beat that. Couple that with fruit, and again, that becomes a staple. You will crave what you eat. That's important to know, because you say, Julie, what about the chips? What about the chocolate? Yes, it's there. You crave it right now, but as it begins to be replaced with healthier foods, you don't crave what you think, you crave what you feed your body. So the more you feed your body better foods, your body will absolutely begin to crave them. You are looking at a girl who absolutely refused to give up Diet Coke. I just wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to give up McDonald's fries. Now, I'm not saying that I never have them, but what I am saying is I don't crave them like I used to. And the simple reason for that, 2 reasons. I prayed very hard for God to take those cravings away. And if you've ever dealt with a stronghold that God has delivered you from, I'm telling you, food is the same. And when you pray for deliverance, He will deliver you from it. But the other reason is I simply stopped eating them. Your body scientifically cannot crave what it isn't fed. So when you feed it good things, it will crave good things. When you feed it bad things, it will crave bad things. So hang in there. Just keep on keeping on. Your body will adjust. Your body will get on board. So those are a couple of things that we eat every single day. This is another one. And Cheerios, General Mills, chocolate peanut butter. This is so good. Couple of ways you can eat this. Sometimes I just want a bowl of cereal. So to keep the calories in check, I'll do a half serving of the cereal, half serving of milk. Again, I'm getting it under, I think it's like 130 calories. It's a great, great snack. This is also great though, just especially if you have kiddos that like chocolate and they like peanut butter. Put these in a baggie and carry these around with you. Wonderful little snack. Or in the evening, what I like to do with these, and I'm going to grab this too, is I like to couple this with yogurt. So this will be like my evening snack. We use the Carb Master yogurt because it's always cheap and they have a variety of flavors, and Carb Master yogurt has 60 calories. So if I do a serving of this and a serving of this, it's right around that 150 calorie mark. It's a great nighttime snack. So I love that too. And rice, brown rice is important on a weight loss journey, usually for most. And we have this boil in a bag brown rice. This too gets an A on the Fujicate app. That's why it's a staple in our house. A on the Fujicate app. Anytime you find an A, you've got to keep it, okay? So those are just some staples that I have in my home on a regular basis. Of course, we eat a lot of poultry. We try to eat fish. We eat just a variety of things. We're not a whole, clean, whole eating family. There are processed foods in our house. We just try to keep it in moderation, and we try to keep that accountability. I use the MyFitnessPal app. I journal because that's important. And then I can't tell you enough about other strategies. So that's another question that I get during the week is, Julie, what's the single most important strategy? And I will really rack my brain because there are several that are foundation, and we talked about those last week. So watch that video if you haven't yet. So I can't say that the one is more important than the other, but I will say that there is one that is an absolute game changer that people really underestimate, and that is water. Now you say, I already drink a lot of water. Well, I'm telling you, there's a certain threshold of water that if you will meet every single week, I will guarantee, I'm looking you in the eye right now, I will guarantee you will lose weight this week. And that threshold is 1 gallon. This is my gallon. I drink it every single day. Every day, every day. I need that motivation right there that you see. That 10, 12, 2, 4, 6. I need that. That keeps me on track throughout the day. If I don't have that, then I don't know how much I've drank, and I'm likely not to get it all in. I do that every single day, and I'm telling you, water is a game changer. Water is cleansing internally as well as externally. So not only will you feel cleansed inside, your skin will look better, your nails will look better, your hair will look better. It will change everything about this weight loss journey. Not to mention, you feel fuller longer. You're less likely to snack. You are less likely to overeat. It's vital. If you will drink a gallon of water every single day, I will guarantee you will lose weight. Another question, we talk about the snacking. How can I stop snacking? I get that question a lot. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. Well, part of that is you can help yourself, and positive thinking is key. Positive talking is key. Saying it out loud. We say a lot of negative things to ourselves throughout the week about this journey, and it's real important that you start saying some positive things like, I am going to do it this time with the Lord's help, with my accountability, with my water. I am going to do it this time. So that's real important, but there are some practical things that you can do as well. And some of those are realize when you snack. So I'm working with someone this week. She's struggling with that very issue. So we sat down and I said, okay, tell me when you snack. She said, right after lunch. It's downhill from there. From 12 till 4, I find myself sitting on the couch, grabbing a bag of even if it's just this, even if it's just low calorie, I might be snacking on, something that's fairly decent, but I am snacking and it's killing my plan. So she said a couple of things in there that raised red flags for me. And number one was, she said, I sit on the couch. And I said, number one, that's what we have to stop. Number one, you stop eating on that couch, because that is a trigger for you. You sit down, you turn on the TV, and then boom, you think it's time to snack. You've got to change that until you get it under control. So she has decided, when I sit on that couch, I won't eat. I won't eat. Until I get that out of my system, I don't equate sitting on the couch and eating together. The other thing that she said to me was, I eat out of a big bag. And that is another red flag. It's vital that we get the portions under control. There are some practical things you can do to make sure you have success today. If there is a trigger area in your home, it might be the office. You may work from home and find yourself eating mindlessly at your desk. We just then say, no eating at my desk. No eating at my desk. until I get this weight under control, until I lose what I want to lose, I am going to eliminate the problems that keep me from doing that. Another thing she said was, I often kind of sneak things into certain parts of the house so nobody will know that I'm eating them. So we figured out where that was, and we said, okay, no more eating in those rooms. So it's okay. We've gotten out of the understanding that really food was meant for the kitchen. Food was meant for the kitchen. It was meant for the kitchen table. Really, it wasn't meant for your bedroom. It wasn't meant for your car. It wasn't meant for your couch. If you really begin to think about this, most of us probably don't overeat if we sit down to a meal. Most of us find that our overeating comes when we're snacking in the car, we're snacking on the couch, we're sneaking food in the office, or we're sneaking food up into the bedroom. If we were just to eliminate eating outside of the kitchen, we would probably eliminate a lot of our problems. So I encourage you this week, if there are trigger areas in your home, or if your trigger area is in your car, eliminate those this week. Okay? Then the last question that I kind of wanted to address is when is it important for me to make significant changes? In other words, how do I know what is the most important thing I can change this week? And the most important thing I can remind you about here is just to be honest with yourself. Too often we try to get sneaky about our weight loss. And I just want to remind you that we can only kid ourselves for so long. We can only say, I really needed that cookie. I really needed that piece of cake. I'm really stressed out. You know, life is really hard right now. I really needed that, or I really worked out hard. And at the end of the day, we can only fool ourselves for so long. And you're looking at somebody right now I've done it all. I've done it all. I've hid and eaten. All of these I can share with you because I've done all of them. And one of the most important behavior changes I made on this journey was simply to get honest. To get honest and say, God, I'm tired of hiding. I am tired of sneaking. I am tired of hiding. I can hide what I eat from my husband. I can hide it from my kids. I can hide it. I can even rationalize it myself. But I am tired of doing that. I just want to live honest. So this week, more than anything, I just want you, and I want to encourage you to get alone with God and ask Him to help you get real about this journey. Get honest about this journey. And open your eyes and give you the wisdom that you need to make the changes you need. And remember, in the end, you are not just changing you. You are not just changing you. You're changing that little toddler that looks up to you as you're eating. You're changing that husband who is struggling with energy and stress. But as he begins to eat those healthy, wonderful foods that you're eating, you see a change in his behavior and in his energy and in his stress level. You're changing all those people that you so dearly love and you would lay down your life for. You're having an impact on them as you get healthier. So I'm praying for you. I appreciate I see the people that are watching. If I mentioned you, I would get off track. That's the only reason I'm not, but I just want you to know I appreciate you. I really am. I pray for every single name I see. And if there is anything that we can do here at Equipped, we want to help you on this journey. We want to support you. We want to pray for you. Once again, I will put a link to Equip for More down in the comments section after these videos are posted. And I encourage you, if you are struggling because you feel alone on this journey, don't feel alone anymore. God led you here because this is the last time you're going to lose this weight. We're not here because we want to see you drop weight, go back and gain it, and then come back to us again. That's not why we're here. We're here because we want to see you get healthy so that you can fulfill your God-given purpose in God's kingdom. So I pray that some of these staples motivated you, and as you'll add them to your grocery list. I pray that if you need some added accountability, you will connect with me. You will reach out and we can connect and we can work together and make sure you meet your goals. And I pray more than anything that just by virtue of watching today, you found a new motivation and a new desire to get healthier and to live more boldly for Christ. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. I will see you right back here next Tuesday.